and shot me in the head. But after many surgeries, I came back from the verge of death to fight back. In 2017, I became the youngest to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. But my battle is not over till each and every girl in this world is in school. Psst, I'm Anne Frank. For years, I was hiding from the Nazis in a secret attic in Amsterdam. I could not play with my friends, go out in the open, or even laugh out loud. But I always wanted to be a writer. I wrote about my hopes, my dreams, and my desires in my personal diary, My Dear Kitty. Ultimately, the Nazis found me. I was killed with millions of other Jews in the concentration camp. But my diary was published, and it gives hope to those living under evil regimes. I'm Anne. I'm Malala. I'm Greta. I'm Sahana Sinha. I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. Thank you.
Today, I'll be telling you all about my friend Alex, who's on the autism spectrum. He loves solving puzzles and plays the piano beautifully. But our classmates, especially Tom and Sam, tease him a lot. So this is what happens every morning. Alex, you're still not ready? See the time? I hate going to school. They all make fun of me and no one wants to play with me. I hate school. Alex, enough now. Eat your breakfast. Aaron is waiting. Hi, Alex. Hi, Aaron. Alex, again you're doing this? I told you not to be afraid. We are here to support you. Now come along. It's gonna miss. Oh, yes, come the clumsy ox. Alex is not a talk. Alex only knows how to walk. Weird guys. I hate you, no one's done. You're always teasing me. I hate you. Alex, calm down. It's all right. I'm sure they will understand something. It's all right. Autism, also known as autism spectrum disorder, affects millions of people worldwide. For too long, society has misunderstood autism, viewing it as a defect rather than a diversity. It's time to break these barriers. Let's break barriers in education and healthcare. But above all, let's break the barriers in our minds. Let's challenge stereotypes, dispel stigmas, and celebrate autism acceptance. A mind that's wired differently, yet bright. A soul that shines, which needs light. Don't try to more look and form. Embrace differences that make us strong. Break the barriers, tear down the walls, and let autism acceptance echo through it all. Autism acceptance is a world alive. Together, we can create a world where individuals with autism can thrive.
This is the story of Manju Lodha, who overcame challenges to break barriers and make history. Rudolph
Being different is my strength. Being different means that I have a voice that brings new ideas, new stories, and a belief that everyone matters. And I'm here to say that being different doesn't mean you don't belong. It means you belong even more. When I was young, I watched my mother work hard and stand up for what's right. She taught me that dreams aren't just for some people, they're for all of us. So I learned to never let anyone stop me from following my dream. I know that if I truly believe in something, I should go for it, even when it's hard. Now, I'm running for President of the United States. Yes, President. Some people might think that's too big a dream. But I believe if we're brave, if we stand together, we can make a country that's fair, kind, and strong for everyone. I'm ready to lead with courage, hope, and determination. Because courage is not just about being brave. It's about lifting up others along the way. And my dream is to make sure that every voice is heard and every person is treated with respect and fairness. I know that if we work together, there's nothing we can't achieve. When we fight, we win. Thank you.
And welcome back to your favorite channel, 98.1 FM. This is your favorite hosted host, Varituman Putra. A thought kept wondering, oh my extremely curious mind, that everyone would have got their shackles off before being born there today. I mean, however small a matter may be, opposing it with
11-year-old. I'm no expert in barrier breaking. Gadget breaking? Maybe. And I can tell you about my cat's obsession with chasing its own tail but breaking barriers. That's something superheroes do. And I am no superhero. No cape, no powers, nothing. But we all have barriers in our lives. Mine is maths. My half Gujarati genes are not happy about that. Public speaking is yet another fear. But hey, here I am. Small barrier broken. It's kind of crazy how much you can grow when you just step outside your comfort zone. But what I realized is this. Breaking barriers isn't always about the big, life-changing stuff. It could be small things too, like trying a new food. But I draw the line at snails. Or as the French like to call it, escargot délicieux. Mwah. It could even be talking to someone that you don't know. Hey judges, how are you, Nata? How you doing? It's about pushing yourself to do the things you're scared of. Breaking barriers isn't always about being the best or the smartest. Sometimes it's just about being kind and brave. If you see someone being judged or stereotyped, don't just stand by. Speak up! I know. I impress myself with my wisdom. Do you think I can be a life coach? Somebody? Anybody? Nobody? We've all heard stories of people who have changed the world. Nelson Mandela became South Africa's first democratically elected president after spending 27 years in prison. J.K. Rowling became a billionaire after getting rejected by 12 publishing houses for Harry Potter. Mary Kom overcame poverty and gender bias to become a women's boxing champ. Even after 3 kids, she was a medal machine. We all have our own barriers that we need to break, whether it's overcoming shyness, trying a new sport, or learning a new language. Hey, take a risk, and the next time you get a chance to break a barrier, take it. It is the one thing you can break, and your parents won't get mad at you. One of my favorite singers, Ed Sheeran, once said, "Embrace your quirks. Being weird is a wonderful thing." And now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a cat to chase. But remember, keep pushing, keep believing, keep breaking barriers, and keep the peace. I'm coming, Garfield Jr. Whee!
Solid, heavy, impossible to break through. And in the other, a feather, soft, delicate, fragile but resilient, refusing to stay grounded. Now, which one do you think represents the barriers we face as young girls in today's world? Let me tell you a story. There once was a 14-year-old girl, Meera, a typical Indian girl. Her school bag heavier than her dream. Her teacher asked the dreaded question.
Meera, what did you want to be when you grow up? Doctor, engineer,
And poor Meera's heart wants to shout, astronaut or wildlife photographer. But she knows the drill. Her parents would look at her like she's just quitting school to join the circus. Peter, a wildlife photographer?
Have you thought about your career? Your safety?
And what will Sharmaji say?
Sharmaji, the invisible barrier in every Indian household. So Meera mumbles,
A doctor.
"Oh, safe choice."
Our daughter is practical. But practical is just another word for predictable. This is the first barrier we break, the expectation to conform. We are meant to fit into a mold, but we aren't prince, are we? We are meant to soar like the feather. Education is the greatest tool to smash through these walls.
But education is about thinking differently, standing tall when everyone says, no, sit down. And this is where we young girls become the feathers, light but strong enough to lift ourselves up, breaking the bricks of prejudice and limitations and self-doubt. Mira's story doesn't end there. It ends with her making her own choice. And that freedom is what breaks barriers. So next time someone hands you a brick of expectation, smile, maybe even hold it for a moment, and then let it go. Choose the feather, let it lift you wherever your heart takes you. Thank you.
शराबी ये दिल हो गया. Oh, hi. I'm Divit. Nice to meet you. You might be wondering, Divit, what are you doing here with your guitar? Well, this guitar reminds me about the power of persistence. It reminds me that if I am determined, nothing is impossible. Heavy words, I know. Let us go back a step. Let us go back to August of this year. My first week of guitar lessons. I'm really excited. Just one tiny issue. Every strum of mine, every pick of mine sounds horrible, but I don't give up. I play the same thing over and over again. Then one day, while returning from school, I see the society notice board. Society cultural event. We have dances, dinner, drama, musical events. I can nominate myself. I play the guitar, and not just alone, I find other people will make a band and have a rock solid performance. Guys, listen to me. They discouraged me. Look at that boy. He's way too overconfident, thinking he can play his guitar. Bro, I know you're excited, but have you lost your mind? It took me an year to learn the guitar. How do you think you're gonna do it in 1 month? They will think about it properly. If you walk onto the stage and make a fool out of yourself, then what is going to happen? These were barriers built around me. Invisible barriers of prejudice, misunderstanding, and the fear to fail. But I know I can do it, and I trust myself. I'm going to have to work really, really hard. But I'm also going to have to find those other crazy people to form my band. Well, I do know that drummer and that I did form my band. But my individual skills needed lots of work. I practiced day in, day out, whenever I could, wherever I could. And my fingers hurt a lot. And finally, on the day of the event, we performed a total of 3 compositions for at least 200 clapping hands. In life, if you ever want to move forward, do something different or progress, there will always be these barriers built around us. But if we have 4 powerful weapons, which is perseverance, hard work, determination, and confidence, we can break these barriers. But breaking barriers isn't an action. It's an attitude. These barriers might be built by our own subconscious. We need to challenge the impossible and reimagine the world. Because without that, you and I wouldn't have phones at our fingertips. And you and I definitely wouldn't have been at this airport, flying conveniently wherever we wanted. So, dare to challenge the impossible. And dare to dream. Because these barriers are only as tall as we let them be. That's my flight being called. I'm going to have to leave. But I'll leave you with that thought. So thank you so much for your time, and I wish you a marvelous day ahead.
Can't hold it back anymore. Okay, fine. I won't make you sit through my whole rendition. But isn't there something electrifying about the line? Let it go. Barriers may not always be physical. They may be made up of fear, misunderstanding, and inspire us all. Answer. She struck to the palace of her own making, with an icy wall separating her and her sister Anna. That icy wall prevents her from feeling love and connection. It takes a lot of courage for her to open up her heart and break down that barrier. Moana, whose dreams are more vast than the sea. Her people told her not to cross the reef, but for Moana, this was unacceptable. So, with her courageous and adventurous personality, she bridged the gap between the people of her world and the outside world, proving that barriers are sometimes beginnings in disguise. These characters show us that what divides us doesn't always have to define us, and barriers are the start of new beginnings. 6 months ago, I moved to Mumbai, this big new city. It's a bit like standing on the edge of a diving board, ready to leap into a world full of new opportunities. But there's that tiny voice in your head that tells you otherwise. Will I be good enough? Will I fit in? Will everyone like me? So I started small by learning the local language and saying yes to invitations. And soon I fit in like a puzzle piece. Barriers are only as strong as we want them to be. And they're about discovering new parts of yourself. So let's all aspire to be like these princesses and a bit like me, Vedika. Because the true magic is within. Now signing off the Disney way. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the strongest of them all? You are, as long as you believe. The call isn't out there at all, it's inside me. And no one knows how far I'll go. Thank you. I've always wanted to be on stage, to tell stories. I've wanted to be an actor ever since I can remember. But here, in this house, those dreams seem so far away, so impossible. I can see the world right here in front of me. But I'm stuck, trapped behind these invisible walls. Vivan beta, you need to focus on your studies. You can't chase those silly dreams of being an actor. You need to think about a solid career, like medicine or engineering. I get it. My mom just wants what's best for me. I love my family, I do. But why is it wrong to want more? To want to do something different with my life?
Son, acting isn't a real job. You need to be more practical. Focus on your studies and make something of yourself. It's time to grow up.
Time to grow up? Why does growing up mean giving up? Why does becoming an adult mean I have to stop dreaming? They make me live in this small box, defined by their rules, what they think is proper. But they don't see me. Not really. They don't see that I want to make a difference, to show the world what I can do. And so, I joined the school drama club. When I walked into the room, I felt the energy, people laughing and sharing ideas. And I knew I belonged there. I started auditioning for every play I could. To be or not to be, that is the question. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. I faced rejection after rejection,
But I didn't let that stop me. And you know what? One day, I got the lead role in our school play. And when I stepped onto the stage, I felt like I was flying. The applause felt like the whole world was cheering for me. And in that moment, I realized that breaking barriers isn't just about talent. It's about resilience and believing in yourself, even when others doubt you. So if you have a dream, chase it. Don't let anyone's doubts hold you back. Break those barriers, because you never know what amazing things you can achieve until you try.
Sipping their morning coffee, and Laksh enters stage left. Yes, Dad. Actually, there is something I've been meaning to talk to you about. For about 2 years or so now, I have been practicing ballet in my room, and I've gotten quite good at it. Recently, I have been researching some different dance schools, and there are some great options in Paris and London. I decided to send some of these schools my dance videos, and they were quite impressed, and even offered me a chance to come and train with them in Venice. And I know that it's really far and expensive, but this is what I feel I'm destined to do. So, can I? Stop laughing! I'm not joking! I knew you would react like this. You always do. You just don't get it. I'm not just dancing for fun. It's something I truly enjoy. I know that you have big plans for me. Like Dad, who's been working so hard to send me to medical school. But every time I step on that stage, I feel free. I feel as though a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I no longer feel pressured. I feel confident. Just not the version you want to see. What? Yes, Dad. Such a career might not pay bills. Maybe you're right. Although, isn't a career so much more than just money? Shouldn't it involve something that I actually enjoy and not something that I do just because it covers the rent? I want to do so much more than just dance. I want to inspire people through my ballet. I want to wake up in the morning excited to do something that brings not only me, but so many others so much joy. Don't you feel that's more important than settling for something I don't care about? Please just try to look at things from my perspective for once. I know that you only want the best for me, but can't best mean letting me pursue a dream I'm so very passionate about? I feel it's high time that such barriers should no longer affect our dreams, and that applies to each and every one of us. Society should be ridden of such hurdles, and people be allowed to pursue what they love. Don't you feel the same way, Mom? Don't you?
All of you were absolutely amazing, and scoring was really tough, and it was very traumatic to have to rank you all. And I just want to say I write books for children, and there is a character I have called Nimi, and she has gone across 4 books. And in book number 3, which is called Nimi's Bazooka Birthday, she's forced to take part in a Scrabble competition, and she hates competition. She's terrified. She's terrified of competing, she's terrified of losing, she's terrified of what people will think. And Nimi takes part in the competition, and Nimi doesn't win. And all the little children, after all my Nimi sessions, come to me and say, Auntie, we love your Nimi books, but why didn't you make her win? And for me, actually, the fact that she did take part in the competition was the big win, because she broke such a huge barrier. And so this is for each one of you who came up on stage and performed, and I can't imagine the work and the effort and the bravery that you showed. So all of you were fantastic, okay? The ones who won and the ones who won.
I was leaving for office today when I heard, Mom, help! My dress just torn and accompany her. Very early on, I noticed Vandana would come in late some mornings with bruises on her hands or face. I guessed what was happening, and it bothered me. Once, I just burst out. Why don't you just leave your useless husband? You are the one who earns. You are the one who's working so hard. And he's just drinking all your money away. Why? Why do you tolerate this abuse? In a small voice, Vandana replied, You don't understand, madam. Where I come from, the badge of marriage keeps us safe. If I leave my husband, other men would try to take advantage of me. I must protect Meenakshi. I wanted to tell her to fight back. But how? How can she fight her own community? Then, one day Vandana came home with Meenakshi completely distraught. This time, the bruise was not on Vandana's arm. It was on Meenakshi's. We both instinctively knew as mothers what needed to be done. It was time to shatter those barriers. Barriers that told her she was nothing more than a man's wife. Barriers that kept her prisoner to tradition and social expectations. Yes, it was time to break free of barriers in order for Vandana and Meenakshi to survive and thrive. We instantly offered Vandana full-time employment with our family and admitted Meenakshi to a nearby school. Since then, they have never looked back. It has been an honor to share the journey of a mother and daughter who changed their destiny and found the courage to live free.
Hey, I'm a barrier ninja. Watch me slice through all these roadblocks. Like, hoo, ha, hoo! As if they are made of paper. Nothing can stand in my way. Imagine if everyone could do whatever they dreamt of without anything standing in the way. No challenges, no fears. But in real life, we all face barriers. Whether they are in our minds, our surroundings, or even between people. Imagine Mary Kom in the rain with her invisible ninja mask, punching not just opponents, but every outdated rule about what women shouldn't do. Knocked out! Gender barriers left with bruises. Let me make this simple. Here's how you can start breaking barriers and why it matters. Rule number 1. Hoo, ha, hoo! Breaking personal barriers. Fear and self-doubt. Classic villains. One of the biggest barriers we have is in our own brain dojo. For example, have you ever wanted to try out for a sports team? But thought, no, I'm not good enough. Or maybe you just want to raise your hand in class, miss. But worried of getting the answer wrong? Yes, these are personal barriers. Things that hold us back because we doubt ourselves. Worried? We are. Rule number 2. Hoo, ha, hoo! Parental expectations and career barriers.
learn arts. Mom was like, Beta, arts? No way, Beta. You know, art is not part of our culture. You must become a doctor or an engineer. Save jobs. Look at Sharma ji ki beti. I was like, what? Seriously? But why can't I choose what I want? This is a cultural barrier that causes tension between the young woman's desire for self-expression and her parents' cultural values. This can create stress and lead to difficult relationship unless mutual understanding is reached. But why breaking barriers matter? AKA the Ninja Code. When you break a barrier, you're not only making life easier for yourself, but also opening doors for others. So when you work towards breaking a barrier, you're helping to create a world where everyone can feel accepted, supported, and free to be themselves. So next time, when you face a barrier, whether it's a fear, a cultural difference, or a challenge in your community, remember, resilience and progress are the keys for becoming unstoppable. So with courage and kindness, you, yes you, have the power to go beyond them. Hoo! Ha! Hoo! Oops! Barriers? Ha! Nothing can stand in my way! Hoo! Ha! Hoo!
And thank you all very much for coming here. And I'd like to thank Raell for this special invitation and to my co-judges for helping me out in a situation which reminded me of my motto, our motto in school. And that was echoing in my ears right through this evening, was that everyone merits a prize. And after I saw what I saw this evening, those words are really what are really registering and resonating with me. Because every single artist that came on stage was so good, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I was absolutely amazed at the level of performances, of the way you all used your properties, of your content, and the trouble and the effort that you've gone through to make these presentations, your diction. I am absolutely amazed at the level of performance. And I'm telling you that if I had my way, I would not have a 1, 2, 3 or anything. I would give every single one of you a prize. So I would like all the audience and everyone to please join me in giving the performance of this evening a huge applause. Thank you. Thank you. And I have to say to you, to the performers that I have learned, I've been a professional actor most of my life, but seeing you all on stage, I mean, I'm really worried. I mean, I think, you know, I need to go and get sort myself out. But anyway, that was absolutely fantastic, and thank you all very much for giving me this wonderful evening. Thank you.
And it's really been really heartwarming to watch you all today. Please carry on. Wow. Really, really wow. I mean, what are you guys, yeah? How do your minds work this way? I'm just gobsmacked, really. I have to share something really funny with you. So when I was very young and I was in school and I decided I want to be an actress, so I entered into the inter-school elocution competition, and I had some long poem which I spoke about with some higher water. Things have changed a lot. You know, breaking barriers is much better, and much more creative, of course. But I had this long, and I was so bad. I was so bad. Of course, I didn't go anywhere near close to any final also. But that
changed something in me, and I'm like, how can I be bad? It's not possible, because I want to be in this actor, and I cannot let this little thing happen. You know, I was of course crushed for about a week or something. I cried and cried. But after that, I said to myself, I said, no, this is not going to work. You got to set your goal, and you got to work towards it. So I went to elocution classes. We were just discussing. We went to a lovely lady called Mrs. Hirji Bedan, and she lived in Bandra Estate. And we used to go to her flat, and then I trained myself with her. And the next time I did it, I won. I won the inter-school competition. Yay! So just want to say that, you know what? It's just because you fail once or you fail 20 times, it makes no difference. If you really want to do something, I mean, if you're terrible, then, you know, do something else. But if you have the talent, and you know you have the talent, then work for it, work hard, and you will get there. And, you know, nobody succeeds just like that. It's hard work. But yeah, you can all do it, I'm sure, because all of you are doing it.
Congratulations, Kaisha. Forward and give the next prize, which is the winner of
So center here, please.
Shabnam, you also good? Okay. We'll do English if that is okay by all of you.
Definitely.
Right.
Nandini, speech in drama. We can't speak Hindi.
Hindi is not bad. No, nobody's Hindi is good visuals. Except for the leaps. Once again, right? We're doing visuals. It's the 11th create.
No. Create. Pearl Padamsee.
So it's the 16th Pearl Padamsee Trophy. We've of course come a very, very, very long way. So
Yes, absolutely. You know, when we started it, we didn't think we'd get this far, but we're so happy that we're here. We're talking about breaking barriers. It's so important for children today to understand these concepts and to express themselves, you know, creatively. Not only that, I think their performance, their confidence, etc., all lends itself to the particular trophy that we have, which is the Pearl Padamsee Trophy for Excellence in Speech and Drama. And I'm so happy that I have our dear, dear, dear friends with us here today. Almost all of them have been part of Pearl's life in some way or the other. If not part of, but have been influenced by her. So, you know, my mother is really special to a lot of people. And I feel that the younger generation needs to know about her. And of course, needs to take her legacy forward. So.
So year after year, we see all your support, and it's glad. Soni, your
my thoughts. Well, of course, Pearl Padamsee has been a huge influence in my life and huge influence in all our lives, which is why we are here. I actually started out with her. And then she put me onto Satyadev Dubey because she said, she literally gave me to Satyadev Dubey and said, Inko le lo and sikha do and whatever. But yeah, we all started with her, and you know, she holds a very, very dear place in my heart. Nobody will ever know how dear. I used to love her dearly. I used to go and visit her as often as I could and have long chats with her. And she used to give me her tea, but she used to put sugar in the pot. So I used to love all that, you know, the little ritual that we used to have together. And it really warms my heart. And, you know, I love being here to do whatever I'm doing today. But I just have to say that Raell has taken her legacy forward in such a wonderful manner, with absolutely, you know, a strong sense of purpose, unflinchingly sticking to everything. And she taught my children as well speech and drama back in the day. So guess what? Alia started here. I started with Pearl, but Alia started here. It's a fact. You know, and so we are here for Pearl and for Raell, because Raell has been a wonderful daughter and has done everything possible to take her mother's legacy forward.
Dalip, I like that. A very good evening to you, and I must echo what Soni and Raell has said. Just to put it very, very briefly, and Pearl Padamsee was my guru. I remember coming to Bombay and doing my very first musical with her, which was Godspell, in which all these lovely ladies were there. There was Sharon and there was Devika. It was memorable to be working with her. Not only did she teach me a lot, but she also guided me in things in the theatre, in the discipline and the work ethic of the theatre, which has actually allowed me to be a professional actor today. And when people ask me as to how I'm still working, which is a good question, I ask myself that, like, how am I still working? Put the phone off. So, I mean, I always answer, and my answer to that always is that, you know, I was fortunate to have someone like Pearl Padamsee so early in my life, in my formative years, when I didn't know that I was going to turn professional as an actor. So she's been a huge influence on me, not just in the performing arts and things, but also as an individual, to see her work and the way she taught all the various schools that she went to Campion, to St. Anne's, I think it was, to J.V. Pettit. And I used to be an official bag carrier, so that was great. And it was like this lovely lady with her bag and me carrying it, like a mafia kind of thing. Those are other bag carriers. She had all good things in her bag, or little magic things. And today, of course, I feel extremely privileged for Raell to have called me here to judge this competition for speech and drama in Pearl Padamsee's name and the trophy that she has given. It's I'm very, very pleased to see Soni, my dear friend, who I've worked with in so many productions together, and to Zenobia, and to Shabnam. It's a great honor to be here. Thank you very much. And thank you for this privilege, Raell. Thank you.
Thank you. And very apt to judge children. You are a hit amongst the Gen Z, apparently.
Yeah, that's come as a surprise. I mean, that's cool. That's always welcome to be a hit among the Gen Z. Well, thank you for that. Yeah.
Zenobia.
Yeah, My first memory of Pearl was when I was 13 years old and my mother allowed me to do my unibrow for the first time. And she said to me in front of the entire JB Pettit class, "Darling, you look like a plucked chicken." And since then, she was my second mother. In fact, she told my mother, "You may have given birth to her, but she's mine." And I was hers, and I have the life I have today because of her. She told me I got a ticket through Shamak Davar and dancing to go to America because we danced for Air India and they gave us a ticket. And she called me to Ivorine and she said, "You're not going to waste this ticket. There's nothing happening here in English theater. You're going to take this ticket. You're going to go to an acting school and you have something to offer." She picked my audition. She wrote my letter of recommendation. She trained me. And I went to New York with $500 in 2 suitcases, and it's 35 years now. So I am an actor today because of her. And so to be here is the utmost privilege. And of course, then I met Raell. I've worked with Raell. We taught together for a long time. To echo what Soni said, Raell is such a flag bearer for her legacy. And I hope I've done a small part. I wrote a one-woman show called How to Succeed as an Ethnically Ambiguous Actor in New York. And Pearl was the first scene. So it's an honor to be here.
Right. Shabnam.
Yeah, so I'm not a theatre person, so my connection with Pearl Padamsee is different. She was a Kolaba person, and I was a Kolaba baby. And she was this big figure. My mom would always point out, "That's Pearl Padamsee." And we, of course, knew Kulsum Terrace. And they were this big family in our lives. And Raell used to come in and direct plays in school when I was little. And we were always very jealous of Blue House because they seemed to have the proper director and Greenhouse had the sad ones and Greenhouse never won. So that's really been my connection. And I'm thrilled to be here because as a writer of children's stories, it's really interesting to see how children create and how they communicate, because honestly in our world, I think that is the single most important thing today.
Can I please say one more thing?
Yeah, of
Because I forgot.
Actually forgot in this shock of the moment. I actually became an actor via Pearl. And I was 12 years old when this happened. She came to our school to cast for a play called Uma and the Seven Dwarfs. And I had no idea that I was going to become an actress. I was going to become an air hostess. And I was going to God knows what else. And so she came to cast for this play, and we were in school. And I read the script. And of course I wasn't Uma because I was small and maybe I wasn't beautiful at that moment or whatever. I was 12. It was not. But I read the script, and I remember reading the script and the blood just started flowing through my veins, and I'm like, oh my God, this is what I was born to do, because reading the script, I feel I've come home. It was a very, very strange feeling. And then I did my audition or whatever, and I got cast, but I got cast as some, I don't know what, some spirit or something. nothing much. Yeah, but I was hooked, and it was all due to Pearl. So yeah, I have to say this. Yeah.
Soni ma'am, when we talk about you, it is very necessary to talk about your beautiful and talented daughter, Alia. So ma'am, when you heard about this event, of course you will have some images of Alia playing some sort of acting or dancing in school. So do you see that kind of passion that Alia had in Raha? That according to the
She's only 2.
Yeah.
Give her a break.
Is she 2?
She's only 2. She's just turned 2. So she's I don't know yet. We don't know.
She might be fond of dancing or something.
She's 2. She's fond of everything.
Yeah.
But 2-year-olds are. So she of course all 2-year-olds love jumping around and dancing. But I think it's a bit too early to tell, honestly. I mean, given the genes that she's inherited, I think she's probably going to be a very very dramatic actress. Melodramatic actress. But I don't think she has much choice in the matter. And we see a few glimpses of it. But it's early days. We don't want to dump anything on this poor child, which she doesn't really want. So let's not do that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.